Hey guys, welcome back to ESL TV for the Black Monster Cup. We're underway with our penultimate match of the night. It is the winner bracket finals here between Unicorns of Love and H2k Gamers. And right now, Unicorns of Love, they ended up beating Ninjas in Pajamas to get here. And H2k ended up beating Ultravirus to get here. And right now, I'm hoping for a game. This has kind of blown my predictions out the window. I had Ninjas Pajamas as getting through as the first team. And, well, that can't happen anymore, so I can be kind of right by them just getting through period if they do win the match after this. If they, well, whoever they play against will be... Okay, let me try that again. They'll be playing against a loser of this game in a best-of-1 to determine the final team getting through from Group B here to join SK Gaming Prime and Oh My Gosh. And well, right now, we have just a... Trashy and Odo on the top side, just protecting their own red buff. And we'll go with lines for you guys at home who might not be familiar with either of these teams. So, for Unicorns Love, we have Viz, Dan, PowerVeval, Vardags, and Halisiang. And for H2k, we have Odomane, Trashy, Dopagod, which is actually for Bivin, Hajarman, and We Will Failer. So, as you can see, looks like we're going to have a little bit of a lane swap come in here. We Will Failer and Hajarman going up to the top side. And I want to see Vardags and Halisiang going down to the bottom. So we're going to have a free lane for obviously both AD carry supports for now, as the top laners stick with the junglers. Kind of what we saw earlier on. And we'll see how this one goes here. Obviously, Tristana going to become a late game, I was going to say force, late game storm. I don't know. I'm running out of adjectives here. It's going to be really hard to deal with late game. And Tristana, obviously, with 6 items, is very deadly with that range that she's going to have here. And we'll see how that's going to go. Lucian, though, has a lot of early and mid-game power here that Tristana kind of doesn't have as much of. Actually, that's why I'm curious to see a lane swap actually come in. And maybe it's just, you know, Hajarman and We Will Failer not feeling too confident up against Vardags, Halisiang, or maybe they predicted it incorrectly. But I feel like since they're the ones that initiated that, they're the ones that, you know, they had the idea of exactly where Vardags would be, and they just didn't want to match up. So, bottom lane for Unicorns left, shoving in very quickly, trying to go for some early turret damage. As you can see on the mini-map, you're not seeing the same thing out of the side of H2k, so they're not going to push the turret right away. They're not going to force any miss CS here. They're going to group up a big wave. But again, it's not even going to be a 4-man push on the top side unless they do head up there as quick as possible. He's going to be, you know, doing single damage to the turret, but he will be a little bit behind what we see out of Vardags and Halisiang, who are still sticking together, though. We do have We Will Failer go back to base. He's going to go bottom here. And we'll have just like something similar that we saw happen in the first game with, well, it was Freeze that time all alone in his lane. When we saw Unicorns Love and NIP play earlier. But we can see 3-man bottom now. And that does force well, Unicorns Love back. We Will Failer going to finally show himself. Vardags getting a little bit cocky there. Getting out a little bit too far, and that could have actually costed him. And, well, Viz not going to really miss any CS here under that turret with that Blade Surge, so one of the best feelings in the game. Odo taking a lot of damage with that Dark Binding coming in. Being dropped down below half HP here. And that was a great job by you. Oh, they have turned around the potential for that dive from coming in. And they will just get that wave all to themselves. But they will get pushed back. Not going to be able to get some more damage onto the turret for at least another wave or two. Meantime, middle, 25-25, solid. Between the top laners, it's 14-9 currently. And look at Dan coming in, looking for the first blood here. And they might be able to pick it up. PowerVeval goes in, picks up the kill with the Ignite. And he will be able to survive this one, I'm pretty sure. Unless Trashy can do something about it. And he's going to look for the Q. He'll land it. If only he flashed a little bit earlier, he could have dodged that. But either way, great job by Trashy to get there at the right time. And at least turn that one around. And he did get an assist over to under for Bivens. So even though they did lose out on that first blood, they still benefit somewhat there. And now Viz getting baited in a little bit by Hajarman. As we can see, Will Failer coming back up towards that top side. No wards to spot him coming, so that's getting a little bit lucky there. And you can see Unicorns Love bottom lane still just pushing in. They're trying to punish Odo as much as they can. I see 2 ranged champions down here. Going to make it really hard for him to last under this turret. Not to mention Vardags' explosive shot. He's going to do a lot of work here too. As you can see, CSing pretty damn well here. But Hajarman able to build up a little bit of lead, forcing Viz back away from that turret. But now, Power View was there. Looks like they're going to be able to defend it here. Gonna keep the turret up. Oh, a nice Dark Binding comes on Odo. So try to go for a last hit there, and he does take a little bit of damage. A little bit of harass, but either way, Viz going to get some backup from his team, so he will be able to stick by the turret. We'll be able to keep it up here for a little bit longer. And Dan, what is he going to do? No summoners up. He's going to go back to base and buy, it seems. He's going to head towards the top lane pretty damn quickly. Viz does have teleport, though, so he could go back to base, buy, get back here before he does lose on the turret. But it's already very low on HP. Bottom one, not as low, though, so it looks like we might have H2k pick up the first turret of the game here. Alright, so Dan working up towards the tops of the jungle here, looking to maybe show some sort of presence. His gank middle was a success. So he's 1 for 1. Trashy, 1 for 1 as well. Turning that gank around, picking up 1 kill. And we have the Spirit Stone now done for Dan here. Looks like he's going for the Spirit of the Elder Lizard, and well, Viz has to be careful. He does have a Warning Stone Tri-Bush, so he knows that there's no jungler right there, but that turret is already so low on life here, and I'd imagine 1, maybe 2 more waves will be enough for them to take it down, and he has no one there to help him out. Is he really just going to get this one completely up? Well, meantime, Unicorns are trying to respawn, and they should be able to here. They should be able to pick up this turret as well. So they will trade a 1 for 1 in turrets. So not too worried about that one. They'll let the top one fall for this bottom one to be taken. Meantime, Dan trying to look for a gank middle. Trashy kind of doing the same. Let's put a pink ward down, actually, in the top side of the river. But the first turret going down in favor of H2k. About the 7-minute mark here. So they have about a 500 gold lead here. And this thing might get caught out, or whoop the other end. Oh no, getting caught right there by the Dark Binding. He might go down from this one. The flash not even going to be used, and that would be Dan picking up that one. So 2 to 1 now. And the gold pretty much tied here with that blue buff now. Going to be taken by the side of H2k since they saw where Dan exactly was, but it doesn't matter. They're going to trade blue for it too, and they will secure themselves at least that one. So Power View, we're going to pick that up. And H2k, not H2k, sorry, Unicorns Love going to pick up the bottom turret. So they now get a gold lead of about 500 here. Now they're looking for Dragon, and that was a great transition coming in. Considering, you know, Dan, I guess he realized being spotted bottom, he knew his blue would be taken. But he gets their blue, he gets Dragon, they get bottom turret. They just got a lot of extra gold to spend very, very quickly. Alright, so as you can see, Trashy can take his own red. But if we look at CS again, the top laners, a little bit of a lead here for Viz. Junglers, a little bit of a lead here for Dan. Mid lane, though, for Bivin having a better game so far, even though he's 0-1, has a CS lead. Between 80 carries, Jarman has a lead as well at 78 to 62. Sweeping lenses finally are coming out now as we see Trashy pick one up, as well as Haliciang. So we're starting to see a little bit more of aggressive play, a little bit more map control out of both teams, or at least the attempt to, by taking away a lot of these wards. And now, obviously, with, you know, Jarman and We Will Failure, no turret to back up to, they have to be really careful here. And they also do have the ability to rotate towards middle to go for a push onto that turret if they want. Considering that they don't have to worry about missing out any CS since they have to shove the wave back at them. But let's see if they can do anything about it. Now, it looks like they're going for a push middle. They have 4 men middle. Now, 5 coming as well for Biv in just a few seconds. And they need to clear this wave as quick as possible. Well, Lulu does a really good job of it. And we'll keep the turret alive for at least another wave here, as we do have finally for Bivin join the party. Frailer taking a little bit of harass. He's only level 5 though. He's got to be careful. And Dan is level 7. That could be a free kill for them if Vardax was there for it. Alright, well, Viz, teleport up. Same for Odo. And one thing that we saw in the first game between you know, NIP and Unicorns of Love was it took a little bit of time, but once Unicorns of Love got a little momentum going, they really rolled with it. They did a fantastic job of really snowballing the game from there, and I wonder, that little bit of momentum they just built up, obviously being 2 to 1, and having, what, 1,800 gold lead? I wonder if that's enough for them to start to snowball really heavily here. Those Dark Bindings, though, have been really on point here so far to Haliciang. Definitely give him credit for that one. Okay, so again, just going to more of a slower pace game here. I'm not really expecting too much action to break out, obviously, with the turret already being down and the dragon already gone. It's kind of just like let's just play our own game, let's just farm up We want a couple of items here. Probably wait till next dragon to make anything really happen here. Wait for both teams to be comfortable for a fight to break out. But I wonder if jungle control is going to be coming into it, because you look at Dan, he has a Warring Trinket. You look at Trashy, he has a Swooping Lens. So Trashy could easily get into the jungle, and also being a Lee Sin, if he has enough wards, he can get out really quickly and be very mobile. And I feel like that's one thing that H2k could do, is just start to get some aggressive warding down. One thing that does hurt is that the wave clear on the other side of the team, or on the other team for them, is a little bit tough to deal with that Lulu and that Tristana here. And Power of Evil flashing behind Trashy right there, stops her from getting the kick. Fantastic little bit of a play out of him. And that does blow both flashes out of them, but either way, they stay alive. And that's a win nonetheless here for Unicorns of Love. They're keeping that lead they've been able to build up, and they're even starting to extend it. 1,900 gold here, and Danny's looking for the fight middle. Instead, going over the Wraith Camp, not going to commit onto Forbidden, who does have the flash to escape this one. They do spot out exactly where Wheel Failure is, though, as you can see the pings coming down. And they could actually turn this one around. Again, Dan, no Sweeping Lens, so he can't clear out the vision here on the bottom side of middle. Oh, Wheel of Failure will be stopped from back. The Dart Bind going to connect. He flashes in for the ultimate as well. Wheel of Failure will be taken out. The collapse! The split decision for listening, just say, I'm going. I don't know if he called it, but the great read. Dan coming into that one does pick up a nice little bit of a free kill there. Now Viz getting ganked here on the top side. We'll be able to do a nice little bit of a dodge here. We'll be able to heal up as well. We'll get the stun out of Trashy. He's going to escape this one. And that will allow Unicorns Love to pick up a middle turret as well. A nice little bit of a turnaround. And this all stemmed from just one Dart Binding landing out of Elysiang onto We Will Failure. That pull to stop the back, the Dart Binding to come in right after. Completely just open up the advantage to go even more. And as you can see, almost 3k gold ahead just off of that quick little play. Dragon up in about minute 20 seconds. So as they can defend that top turret here, they could take Dragon next and easily secure that 3k gold lead. Top laner has a lead. The mid lane and bot lane is still losing, though. Gotta give credit to Hajarman and to Forbidden for keeping farming. It's like a 30 CS lead between the AD carries, and that's gonna start being transitioned into items here really soon. As you can see, it's only about a 200 gold difference in total, but that could be way worse here for Hajarman if he wasn't farming so damn well. Alright, so getting close to that Dragon timer coming up. Blue buff. Unicorns Love had the timer on it, but didn't decide to actually stick around for it. Obviously, they're going to have their own blue buff, so not really going to care too much in the end. But with each second that ticks by, Dragon's getting closer and closer here, and Unicorns Love, they picked up the last one, so they completely have the timer on it. I think H2k do not even have the timer on it just yet, and that actually could be very bad for him if, Unicorns Love were prepared. They do the teleport up onto Viz. Power of Evil does have that blue buff and is clearing waves out very quickly. Just going to do a little bit of a deep ward, as you can see in the lane. It does obviously give him vision of where Forbidden is going, and here we go. Dragging up in 2 seconds. Rebuff going to be picked up really quickly for Dan. And look at bottom lane shoved, middle lane shoved. It's a perfect transition into Dragon. Great play here out of Unicorns of Love. Just spot on perfect League of Legends right there. Gosh, controlling the lanes like that until the moment you need to push them for Dragon. We will Failure. We'll dodge the Dark Binding here. Tupper coming out. Oh, nice. Tsunami Wave comes in, though, and Dan going to go up towards the top side over to Orianna, but that'll be the first kill coming in. That will be Dan traded as well, so it's support for jungler. And will Unicorns of Love continue for the fight here? They do get... Well, they don't actually land only slow onto, Forbidden, but they back up. They pick up the Dragon. They take the 1-for-1 trade. And it seems like they're more than happy for that one right now. And they actually just walked 3 of them by a pink ward. 4 of them by a pink ward. How did they not notice that? Okay, Shyvana did not. Nope. Nope, they didn't even notice. How did you not notice that pink ward? Like 3 of you walked through it. Well, either way, they're trying to defend this military here. Darbine gonna kick down Trash. That's gonna be a kill coming in. Or not ultimate coming out of Morgana, and we see Vardax picking up the kill. Power getting credit for that nice ultimate coming in onto Morgana. And there's a teleport out of Viz, looking for one onto Orianna, and that will be a double kill coming in now for Vardax, and a 3rd kill coming in for Viz. So they lose 1 person, they pick up 4 kills, and they pick up Dragon. Worth it. And now they can pick up a tier 2 turret. Great job here out of Unicorns of Love, and they're really showing themselves to be, improving themselves to be a fantastic team. Remember, in the Challenger Series, in both seasons, they placed 7th through 8th. They placed basically dead last, and they did not perform that well, but they are really starting to, come together as a team here. in beating Ninja Pajamas, beating H2k potentially right now. They're definitely proven to be a very, very strong team. That's definitely something that you cannot deny about them. Alright, Frost Queen's Claim picked up here for Lixiang. Start binds have already been spot on, but that's going to make it even that much easier. So glad we didn't see Xerath in every single game. I like Xerath. It's kind of boring to watch. Remember Charu playing him back in Mutual Makers of Summer Split? Kind of made the game really boring for that one. I will agree with that, but it's kind of fun now with the rework. I've only seen him actually once in competitive play since the rework, though, at least the matches that I've tuned into. And that was actually yesterday for the Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen game. Okay, so 16.5 minutes in here. 2 dragons in favor of Unicorns of Love. 7-2 in kills, 3 turrets to 1. And this might be another kill. Trashy, gotta be careful. Infinity Edge now picked up for Lucian though, so going for some straight damage. Hisling's Dark Bindings are just ridiculous. He's hit, I think, like 90% of them so far. And I think a good couple of them have led into kills as well. Great job by him so far. And right now you can see Unicorns Love grouping up top side. Viz, no teleport up. Oh, look at this. They're baiting inside the bush. Will anyone actually check out that? They have all 5 there here. Viz going to continue to push bottom. Odo going to be forced to go back to base here, though, to deal with it. And now they are right under them. This is such... Oh, no, they kept Odo there. They're going to push in top. It's going to be a 5-on-4 here. They're going to finally spot them out here, but will it be enough of time for them to get back here? Vardag's going to get the actual Black Shield. The ultimate coming out on it. Fantastic, but Vardax picks up 1 kill. It's so far a 1-for-1 trade here. Dan looking to escape this one. And a nice slow comes in from Power. Flash comes in for Dan. They will both escape this one. In the meantime, Viz still pushing bottom, still hammering away at that turret. And Jarman will get not completely back here, but well, Unicorns Love, they lose 1 man, but they pick up a turret for it. And that disengage coming out of Lulu right there was just amazing. I mean, that was an amazing Orion ultimate coming in too. It hit 3 or 4 people, but just didn't have the damage to back it up just yet. All right, so 4-1 turrets now. And the gold lead getting dangerously close to 10k yet again. Alright, well right now, you can see H2k, they're trying to... I want to say they're kind of... I mean, they're struggling a little bit, and that wasn't like a desperation move or anything. But it was like a, we need to come up with an idea right now. We need to catch them out somehow and really make a play potentially happen. Like, for instance, if they picked up all 4 kills right there, didn't lose a single man, that would have just thrown them right back in the game, and that would have given them at least 1, maybe even 2 turrets in the top lane. And that could have just pretty much made the gold even. But, you know, high risk comes high rewards, but also comes things like that. And they did lose out on another turret for it. But they're still doing a great job here. Blade the Rune King now done here for Odo on the top. Well, on the Shyvana, I'll say instead. The Death Cap, though, almost done for Power. And the Triforce has been done for Viz. So this is starting to get a little bit of a ramp up here for the side of Unicorns 11. Not to mention Vardag should have, well, should have a stack shift down when he goes back to base. There it is. He has a full item ahead, and right now Viz trying to escape this one. Blade the Rune King will be used on Viz. He's taking a lot of damage here. He's waiting for the bubble on a Wheel of Failure, but actually maybe the bubble did miss, but Viz gonna actually flash. Tidal Wave comes in, he's gonna dodge away from it. And again, he pulls 3 people to the top lane, and that allows him to push somewhere else here. And are they gonna push on the middle? Or are they gonna actually just set for Dragon? Because it's about 20 seconds to go before that comes up, and looks like they're gonna do just that. So looking for the 3rd Dragon of the game here. And Unicorns of Love, I mean, they're kind of just outplaying H2k right now. There's just really no other way to say it. They're doing a fantastic job this entire time. They had a pretty strong early game. And whoever's calling for him right now is honestly just... He's on point. He really is. He's making the right calls at the right time. We didn't see that Hylissang, don't worry. I just gave him credit for hitting so many Dark Bindings, and then he just misses one like that. Caster Curse, man. Alright, well, Hissing, pick up the Ruby Sightstone. Gonna have that extra warding. And right now on the side of H2k, they have 3 sweeping lenses. Like that's a good amount. They need to get some wards in their own jungle. They need to obviously clear out wards so they can catch them again. I mean, the idea they had, again, top lane was a good idea. But it just didn't net them anything. And that's what was really unfortunate about that. And they could try it again. I wonder if they will. But it's going to be so tough to do the longer the game goes on, because right now you can see Unicorns left, they're pushing up. They're getting more aggressive. They're going to start getting some deeper wards in. And that'll stop, obviously, the side of H2k from really getting their own vision notice on the jungle. Okay, so Hissing's Dark Bindings on people are fantastic. On the monsters, they're not as great. We'll say that. Alright, Calling going to be used just to stop the push here, but it just doesn't matter. That turret will fall as well. That's 6-2. Took advantage of obviously seeing Forbidden in that middle lane. And that's all out of the outer turrets. They've got only inhibitor turrets now to take. And this could mean we could see Baron or Baron bait coming in here in just a few. Obviously, they have the ability to get all the vision they need in the top side of the jungle. Force the team to face check. All they have is Lee Sin to pretty much spot them out on the Baron. And you can easily be killed if, obviously, Lee Sin keeps hitting these Dark Binds like he's been doing. How much money does Power have? He should have a lot. Yeah, he easily has his death cap done. And he's actually going back for right now. So Randuin's Omen. Randuin's Omen, not Rabadon's Omen. Done here for Den. Even has a Doran's Blade, Ruby Crystal. And they have, well, 2 Oracle Lenses. This is going to be tough for H2k to stop. When it comes to, dragon smiting and killing, I'll give it over to Lee Sin. Just because they execute on his Q, but can they get in there safely and survive? That's going to be a completely different question. As Baron now being started off here. They are forcing them back. Actually, Dan not even going to sit in the actual pit. He's just going to try to make sure to push them out on the top side here. They're going to back away from Baron, realizing that they haven't spot out by the ward. And Dan, if he can get a key ultimate off and have some backup at the same time, that's going to be ridiculous. And you can see right now, H2k, they're just trying to find something to do. They're trying to find some sort of way in here, and I think they know that it's going to pretty much cost them the game. I think if they fail this fight at the Baron pit, if they do go for it, it'll easily cost them the game. Like, it will be over. Jeez, look at the damage that Vardax does. Like, they almost have a 10k gold lead still. And one more big team fight will give them easily a 10k gold lead, if not more. Ooh, that bubble coming in does stop Dan from getting the ultimate off. Is looking for a Jarman a little bit. You can see a Jarman just doesn't do really that much right now. And well, Vardax gets some free damage to his turret. They had him out of position. You can see Forbidden, he's backing a base right now on that Orianna. He's nowhere near where he needs to be. And luckily for him, the wave does get cleared out just in time. Now blue buff back up. Pink ward gonna be taken down. And again, just like a systematic play, like a step-by-step book they're reading right now on how to win. I'm not missing any single page right now. As the game goes on, obviously the lead that they did have won't mean as much. As long as Vardax keeps farming up like this. I mean, I'm trying to think. He's at 9,100 gold, so he doesn't have the most of his team, but he's second highest. And right now, we will failure. I'll be forced to flash. This going to be actually really nice for the side of Unicorns of Love. Won't have to worry about that flash bubble, that flash tide away from coming in. Allows them to get coverage yet again here. Viz going to split push bottom. You can see Jarman going back to, or he was going back to base. And you can see pings on the Baron. They need to find out if it's being done here. But every time they put a ward down, the pink ward spots it out. They clear it out, and they keep forcing, them to peek their heads in. And every time that happens, it allows the potential for them catching them out. Or allows potential for them to be caught out, I should say. But right now you can see no one's there. And most of the game's just going to stall a little bit longer. Alright, so this thing can cut out the ward. It's just kind of interesting to see, actually, that Unicorns of Love, like, they're not trying to catch them out. Like, obviously, you don't want to group up for an Orianna ultimate, but a Morgana ulti in the jungle is deadly as hell, not to mention a Lulu Q. Can't really dodge a Lulu Q when you don't have really anywhere to run. And they could just bait that in. I mean, they have enough sweeping lenses. They have 4 sweeping lenses and 2 Oracle lenses. They could just clear out the vision. And wow, Trashy taking so much damage. Gets dropped down by Vardax, who gets dove on by Odo, but he doesn't care. He can tank him out. He's going to pick up the kill. That's a double down for Vardax. And that will be, well, no more kills coming in just yet, but that will most certainly be here. The first inhibitor turret of the game falling at 26 minutes. Now it's finally the little bit of a mistake they were looking for in the side of H2k. It allows them to pick up the turret, allows them to pick up this inhibitor, and most likely allows them to pick up Baron if they do want to go back for it. And you can see how strong Vardax is. You know, yet Odo, who built, you know, damage right now off the bat, dove in against him, couldn't survive. It was just a simple 1v1 by Trist, and obviously there's great support coming in by Haliciang, but again, like it goes back to the whole thing of if you're winning your lane, you can build damage. If you're behind, you have to build tanky, and it looks like he built damage before building any sort of tankiness, and it's going to take him a long time to finish up any items that are really going to be of value to him up in these team fights. And there we go, Baron 2650 in, and we have that 13k gold lead now solidified here for the side of Unicorns of Love, and they are looking so damn good right now. They are one step away here from securing themselves a spot into playoffs to join SK Gaming Prime, and oh my gosh, who also were in playoffs last season. Makes maybe some Rastafarian champion. What? I missed out quite a bit of things you guys are talking about in chat, clearly, if I just like tuned in and saw that, because it makes 0 sense. Alright, so with the Baron, what do you do after that? Of course, you go for Dragon. Nah, it's kind of like a why not. We'll have the timer they have right now. Odo caught out. We'll pop the ultimate to get away. And the flash. So at least they'll have that down now. And, well, he goes back in really quickly, and it actually does bait out Haliciang's ultimate. So great job by him. They'll now be down for the next fight here, but it's still, they're up against a Baroned up team. They have no middle inhibitor. They have to clear all those super minions every time. And this is where it gets tough. This is where you see the true mettle of a team here. And that top, well, bottom turret going down so quickly. Look at Vardax. He is all over that. It looks like he's even going for a Bloodthirster right now. Top lane is pushing against UOL, so, and they might have to go back and reset that in just a few. But again, I don't think they care too much to let the turret eat that wave, and they can just continue to push bottom. They have the Baron. There's no reason to just back out here. And all it takes is Vardax. Just watch how much damage it does to Trashy. Like, look at the armor on the other team. You have a Seeker's Arm Guard and a Warden's Mail. That's it. That's all the armor. And here comes an Omni Wave. It's going to force them back. And you cannot not itemize armor against a Tristana that's this fed here. And Trashy, well, he will dodge away from the Dark Binding here, but that inhibitor will fall. That'll be 2 taken. And Unicorns of Love, where will they go from here? Are they going to go for the top side? Are they going to go for the finish here? And I don't think they're going to go for the finish just yet. But look at the damage Trashy's taking. He's being forced to get away from this as quick as possible. And Viz will back away. That'll be the first Nexus turret being taken out. Unicorns of Love are 1 Nexus turret away from qualifying into the playoffs. Connect, and Unicorns of Love will solidify their place into the playoffs now. And H2k Gamers is going to be dropping down into the lower bracket to play against Ninja Pajamas, a rematch of the qualifiers, getting into this today. And that was quite a game. That really was. Again, Unicorns of Love just proving that they are this really strong team. Again, they finished, what was it, 6th, 7th, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or was it 7th, 8th in the Challenger Series in both seasons. Didn't perform too well. I think they even lost to H2k, or H2k won the first one. I think maybe it was under a different roster, if I'm not mistaken. But again, I mean, they beat NIP, they beat H2k. They are only getting better with time, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them in LCS potentially in this next split. So guys, we're going to go a quick little break here, but when we come back, Ninja Pajamas are going to take on H2k for our last spot out of Group B into playoffs, and we'll see you guys then.